Right, a very good morning everybody. Now today I'm going to look for one of the smallest markets in the world, because it's going to be going into the Guinness Book of World Records for the smallest market ever. It's in Johnston's Lane in Dundee, and that's where we're going. You got your money ready, Rosie?
No.
No.
I need to get some money.
Oh, I've got plenty of money, so we're okay. Right folks, I'm uptown. I've just bought loads of loom bands for tonight's workout. And I've lost Rosemary. I can't find her anywhere, so just got to look for her, see if I can find her somewhere. Okay, folks, here I am in the Westport area of Dundee. Now, just up there is Johnston's Lane, where the smallest market in the world is taking place. Let's go and see if it's happening. Now, up there, that is where my sister Gillian used to stay. Just up there, above the Globe pub. Now, there's a strange pyramid thing right here. I'm not actually sure what that's for. Investigate that. Right, there it is behind me, folks, the smallest market in the world in Johnston's Lane. There you go. I'll tell you a bit about Johnston's Lane in a minute. We're just going to go and have a look, see what we can get. Johnston's Lane is the smallest lane in Dundee. Now, in the 1920s, it was kind of called the Blue Mountain area, because these blocks of flats here were extraordinarily high for the time. And instead of having like grass on the roofs like a lot of them did in the old times around about then, they had a blue tinted slate on the top of the roof, so they were called the Blue Mountain Flats. Now, as I said, Gillian, my sister, used to stay in this area. And there's a pub actually called the Blue Mountain as well. So we're going to see if we can find the Blue Mountain pub. I always wondered why it was called the Blue Mountain pub, but now I know. Excellent. Hello. Right, well, the gentleman who owns the shop here is going to put this on for me. How are you doing, sir? I run this. I've got this Strange Place in Scotland website that I use. I've got this Strange Place in Scotland myself and my brother. We've got our Facebook page as well. So I've just come here because I was reading about this in the papers. I thought, come and have a little look. Yeah. So if you could plug that in for us, that'd be fantastic. Thank you. Strange Place in Scotland. We're very excited because we're going to get a tune played for us. We're going to go for Ocean Boys. Wow, look at that. Hello.
Hiya.
What was your name again, sir?
Richard.
Richard, that was it. I read about you in the paper there. How are you? All right.
This is Carol over here.
Hello, Carol. How are you? Oh, we look at Carol as well. There
Cara.
we're actually in Spex Appeals.
Spex Pistols.
I beg your pardon. Spex Pistols. In the middle of Johnston's Lane. It's a fantastic little shop. Look at this. It's just total vintage stuff. Excellent stuff in here. So we're going to get a tune played for us. Here we go.
Yep.
Persian Boys.
Right.
Hit it, Richard. There it is working. Oh, sorry, Richard. Good God, look at this, amazing. Here we go again. Robin Hood, here we go again. Look at this fantastic shop. It's got chandeliers, man, look at this. I never knew this shop existed, man.
Vintage glasses.
Look at this, fantastic. Vintage glasses. Thank you. Wow. Well, there we go. We've got a tune played for us in Spex Pistols in Johnston's Lane. Ocean Boys. Punk at his best. Some retro shades on. Oh, well, they're dead comfortable. Oh. There we go, these ones. No? Okay, we don't like that.
What?
I used to have a pair of Ray-Bans, but I lost them, honestly. One of my Spiz adventures. Yeah, they're quite nice. There's the Cockney, Ocean Boys. Yeah, I quite like them as well. They're quite nice.
Hey.
The orange ones. Right, there we go then. That was the vintage market in Johnston's Lane, the smallest lane in Dundee. And made a couple of friends there, so that was excellent. We're doing a bit of advertising for Spex Pistols. I'll go and take another little video for him. Hang on. That's where Jilly used to stay, number 3. I'm not sure this bell's being used for, but it's in the Westport in Dundee, so it must be of some importance. Maybe it rang the time when the pub closed, I don't know. But this is the Globe pub. Well, that used to be the Blue Mountain pub behind me there. It's called D'Arcy's now or something. So that's where Gilly and Brian, that's where they met. Yes. Love blossomed in the Blue Mountain. It's now called something else, as I said, but that's where they were. This is the Westport area. We used to do a lot of drinking up here. There was the Tally Ho pub, the Blue Mountain, the Globe, obviously. Yeah. There you go. Thank you. Very much indeed. Now then, this area here, this is the car park, or what they called the Vault, back in the 1920s. They used to have an animal run here, and a slaughterhouse as well, just in this little sort of sloped area here, just at the back of Johnstons Lane. So you know what, I've actually learned something about Dundee today. I didn't know this thing about Johnstons Lane, so I do hope they get into the Guinness Book of Records. And if you are ever in Dundee, do check out Spex Pistols, a vintage spec shop. Fantastic shop. It's got loads of little nooks and crannies in it and bits and pieces, so do check it out. Spex Pistols. We like that. We're going to go and like them on Facebook as well, so that'll be another friend added to the Spiz Facebook page, hopefully. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Now, you know what? Rosie came with me today because Bro's away in Tenerife. So now she's got it in her head that we're going to go shopping for some sort of picture thing that she wants for the wall. So honestly, I knew this would happen. She's changed my Spiz day into a shopping day. Anyway, anything for a quiet life, eh, chaps? Okay, thanks for just now. Spiz out.
I'm up here.
Well, Rosie just told me that back in the, well, when were you young, Rosie? Back in the 70s. We used to have trams coming up here, and there's little markets.
60s.
Back in the 60s, there was markets and trams, wasn't there, Rosie?
Yes.
This is your moment on Spiz. Come on, tell them all about
Yes,
it.
there used to be a big market. They used to come up here every Saturday.
All right,
I was
excellent.
on every day.
Obviously, yes.
The string partner used to be the sarsaparilla shop where you used to get the sarsaparilla.
All right, yes. What's a sarsaparilla? Is that like a
It's
fizzy
like
drink? A zesty drink?
It's like sarsaparilla, or it's something else.
Oh well, we'll find out what sarsaparilla is. Anyway, we're going shopping. Now then, behind me, continuing the theme of Brian and Gillian. Brian used to be a chef in this restaurant kind of pub thing. I can't remember what it was called when Brian worked there. It's now called Biederbeck's, but it looks a bit run down. So that's where Brian was the head chef. Just along from the Westport in Dundee. Oh, I can't remember what it was called now. It's going to annoy me now. I'm sure Gillian will put a comment on this video, so there you go. Thank you very much. Well, that's just been around this shop. It's called The Range, but oh, honestly, Rosie's met a friend in there, so they're standing yapping. Oh, it's just a nightmare. Anyway, behind me there is Cox's Stack. Done a video on that one before. So this is our day almost over, thank goodness for that. Honestly, we spent about 10 minutes at the market that I wanted to go to, and then about half an hour in Rosie's shop. It's just not fair, man. It really isn't. I hate coming out with Rosie shopping because she just takes over and demands that we do things, and I want to go for coffee, and oh. Anyway, hope she doesn't watch this video. Oh dear, oh dear. And I'm thirsty, and I'm hungry, I'm tired. She's still yapping. This is about half an hour after I did that last video. Oh. Right, folks, well, it's now, what, 2 o'clock or something? So we've been out for about 3 hours. No, maybe about 2.5, but it's just turned into a nightmare. We had to go to that Range shop. We went to Lidl's now, or Ladadles, whatever it's called. Got some stuff for the tea, because Paul and Dawn are coming for that. We've got visitors coming for tea tonight, honestly. So I bought some more loom things, and I bought a couple of pictures for the walls and for the house that Rosie wanted. So honestly, I've ended up spending about £75 on this day out. Now I just planned to go out to that wee market, have a look about, but no, Rosie came along and I'm 75 quid poorer. and she slammed my car door because I forgot to get an apple. Honestly. Flying Brian, I think you're right. Women do get a lot more grumpy when it's hot because it's really, really sort of close here today. It's really sticky and warm, and yeah, Rosie's been a bit grumpy, so it must be a woman thing when the heat comes on, Brian. They can't hack it. Us men have to stick together when the women get grumpy, Brian, so... Oh, here she comes, hang on. See you later, folks.